Okay, here we go. First live stream of Flight Simulator. I just did a quick test flight over to Dublin here in the A320. And now we're doing the return leg. So my flight into Heathrow was a little bit...
Traffic channel 4 Tango 10 miles out 10 left.
Flight into Heathrow was a little bit late, and the off block here is 11:45. I think we'll probably just be a few minutes behind that, but nonetheless should be able to make up the time. So anyway, yeah, I fly quite a lot in my own time, and thought why not stream it for some other people to enjoy as well. Sort of helps me to justify playing a little bit more anyway. So our virtual passengers are boarding now, and while that's happening, fuel's actually being loaded, so I can switch the belts on and we can start up the APU, currently on external power. I'm just going to load in the flight plan so we can request it from SimBrief. There it is. And actually I need to change that. We should be 835 whiskey. I'll just make sure that's correct on the flight plan too. Okay, cool. Insert the winds. And then we can insert our weights, which we'll get from here. So 55.9 for our zero fuel weight, 32.5 for our CG. So 55.9, 32.5. Aviation Curry in the live chat. Hello, you're probably my first ever viewer. How you change from standard to standard, it's here on the Airbus. It should be very similar on the 380. You just pull the standard button, you push for it to go back to QNH. So let me know if that helps you. But it should be the same on 380 as well. So block fuel 4.4 tons, which we have on already, which is good. APU is available, so we'll just put the APU bleed on, take off the external power, and actually then we can disconnect the GPU. Clear the ECAM quickly. There we go. Right, so there we go. So we've got our rough approximate plan in. I'm just going to load
traffic Sherman 4 Tango 3 miles out, final call 10 left.
Our departure in, which is, I think it's 10 right we're taking. I'm just going to go into our flight plan. Runway 10 right on the Pestit 4 Echo departure. So departure 10 right. Scroll down. Pestit 4 Echo. Insert, and the Heathrow, I think they're arriving 9 left at the moment. That's what the flight plan says as well. And it's the Zurich 1 hotel arrival. And I think the transition is Ockham. Okay. We'll put that in, 317 nautical miles, total distance, that looks about right. Flight time of 53 minutes. We do have a slight, I think, headwind component on this flight back of 8 knots, which potentially that'll add a minute or so to the entire flight time. Let's see, headwind of 8, up to 55 minutes, yeah, so a couple of minutes. all good. And that's boarding complete, everyone's on. So trip fuel 2 tons, contingency fuel for Cardiff, it looks like 0.2. Alternate fuel, get up to Manchester is 1.2 tons. Final fuel 0.8. Minimum destination fuel on board should be 2 tons, which matches here. And our taxi fuel as well, 0.2, which we have. Okay, that's all good. Remove that old weather. Cruise level 350, but we could actually do 370 quite easily, maybe 390 if we needed to. And we'll do our takeoff performance. So our takeoff weight, we're going to assume is 100 kilograms heavier than that, so 60.2. KT takeoff should be in about probably about 15 minutes from now. So I've got my departure figures, so flex 57. It's 1 down 0.3 for the trim and flap setting. 113, which it's not going to like. Yeah, 129 and 133. I'm just going to artificially raise that so that I don't get shouted at either. There we go. Alright then, so everything's done. I'm ready to push back. I'm on VATSIM, but there's no active controllers currently at Dublin, so we're on Unicom. So what I'll do is just let everyone know that I'm going to be pushing back from stand 318 Charlie. There is a chap coming in who's just landed from Gatwick. Hopefully he's not coming in here, but we'll find out, won't we? So, parking brake released, and we'll start the clock. That's 11:51, and there it is. AP bleed is on, so we're all good. Dublin traffic, speedbird 835 whiskey, pushing back from stand 318 Charlie, Dublin. What I'm going to do is push back slightly into this stand here and then just pull forward onto the taxi road. Anyway, we can go for an engine start. So we'll start number 2. I just had a ECAM come up there. Seems okay. Let's start number 1. Hello, Charlie. Okay, 2 engines, so ignition mode back to normal. APU coming off. And we can switch on the weather radar. So departure, flaps, flap 1. We've got pitch trim down 0.3, that's set. Auto brake max, spoilers armed. Do a quick flight control check. Full up. Full down. Left. Right, and rudder. It's all good. So taxi then, we're going all the way up to 10 right, so it's along Sierra. But first we need to cross runway 34, so it'll be link to Alpha and then Sierra. Dublin traffic, speedbird 835 whiskey taxiing to runway 10 right via link to Alpha, then Sierra, Dublin traffic. Parking brakes off. Taxi lights on. Okay, just check the brakes. There's nothing coming, and I think it's just straight ahead here. Let's just double check. Yeah, so straight ahead over link 2 onto Alpha, cross 3-4. Link 2, link 2. TCAS doesn't show any traffic incoming, so that's pretty good, and nothing visibly coming in. There shouldn't be anything coming in. Nothing coming down the runway either. Onto Alpha, we're going to cross runway 34. We just need to make sure we follow this all the way around the right.
John 464 pushing back from stand 412 facing north.
Okay, then basically all the way down here, down to Sierra, all the way to the end, taxiing basically the entire length. 2.6 kilometers. Cabin secure, yes, Charlie. Indeed. The hell is that? Okay, we're on the Pessit 4 Echo departure, which is this one, so basically it's a big turn to the south, got a bit at 4,000 or above here, 900 or below there, but there's no traffic, so we should be okay to just climb unrestricted. And yeah, at Pessit 230 or below, but again I think we'll just bust straight through that. Okay, there's nothing on the approach. Should I lie? There is one person, but he's coming in for the other runway and he's miles away. So I think we're basically good to go. Put all the lights on. Dublin traffic, speedbird 835 whiskey, departing runway 10 right, Dublin. Okay, ready to go. Let's take off. Man flex 57 SRS runway to thrust blue. Down to climb power. Thrust climb, climb.
Dublin traffic, Shamrock 681, 10 miles final, runway 10 left, Dublin.
Right, flaps going up. Autopilot 1. And yeah, I've just checked, there's basically no...
Traffic, Shamrock 465, taxiing, you're holding point 07, runway 10 right. Via Bravo 1, Link 1, crossing runway 16 and Sierra.
There's no traffic, so we're just going to go straight up to 350. Past 10,000, landing lights, and we'll turn off, wings all off. Right, so this is the lovely east coast of Ireland. I'm about to turn left, leave that behind, and head towards the not so lovely west coast of Wales. Right, well that's it for now. Climbing up to 35,000 feet. And top of descent is in around 25 minutes, just under 25 minutes. I'll see you then.
Dublin traffic, Shamrock 681 taxi, stand by November, Foxtrot 3, Foxtrot 2, link to stand 318 New Down, Dublin.
Well, hello. I've made it back a little bit late. We're quite far now past the top of descent point, which is a bit awkward. But I got carried away eating a lovely lunch in the garden with my wife. Believe it or not, I actually have a wife, and she's quite attractive too. Anyway, back on topic. We are now descending into Heathrow on the Zurich arrival, and like I say, we're a bit above profile, actually quite a lot above profile, but that's fine. Right, we've got an ATIS at Heathrow, and we've got a approach controller online as well, so we'll speak to him shortly. I'm just going to get the ATIS, and then there we go. We can contact 129430. 129430.
Right, speedbird 6286.
London Control, hello, Speedbird 835 Whiskey with you, flight level 310, descending on the Zurich on hotel.
So 835 Whiskey, hello there, flyer heading up 095 and descend flight level 140, level abeam Zurich.
Okay, heading 0905 and down to 140, level abeam Zurich, Speedbird 835 Whiskey. Righto, there we go.
3 Mike Lima, speed 250 knots.
We are doing 220, increase speed 250, speed 3 Lima.
Okay, roger, speed 220 or greater than in that case, please.
Roger, 220 or greater.
Right, so we're descending now
Whiskey, speed
to
250 knots.
250.
flight level 140 as cleared by the controller, and Zurich we've got to be level at
140
a beam Zurich, because we're on a heading 095, so we're going to need to intensify this rate of descent a little bit. I'm going to select VS 3000, I'm going to lower the speed to 240, and I'm going to deploy some speed brakes to help us along there.
Roger, Radar 545 Quebec, you can come 1228, goodbye.
In the meanwhile, I'm going to listen to the ATIS, and I can't even see.
You can come now, 1228, goodbye.
22.8, thanks for service, bye bye, 25 Whiskey.
Lufthansa 3 Kilo Whiskey, Unicom 1228, goodbye.
I can't see this at all. 128080.
I'm George 1598, ready for
To get the ATIS.
Easy 1598, roger, push and start approved to face to the
30 and 120 degrees, visibility 10 kilometers or more, no clouds detected, temperature +12, dew point +4, QN H1031 hectopascal. Pilots are reminded that data link clearances are not available for constant departures.
Good afternoon, Easy 237 Whiskey on the ground, Southampton.
So we're going to be landing ILS 09 left, to which the minimum is 279.
Cleared Glasgow via Norway, runway 02, climb initially flight level 70 and score 10.
We're a little bit high still.
Cleared Glasgow, Norway, runway 02, initial climb flight level 70 and score 1070.
Just to get the wind.
Visibility T1.
Short line Whiskey is speed to Heathrow director on 119730.
119730, speed
London Control, Wizz Air 917 climbing to SL 070.
With a 917, thanks, climb flight level 290.
Climb to flight level 290, Wizz Air 917.
Ryanair 6009, resume navigation direct to Sitet.
Direct to Tet, Ryanair 6009.
So 835 Whiskey, resume navigation to Nidjit, descend flight level 110.
I feel like I might get told off by this controller, because I'm meant to be at flight level 140 at beam Zurich, which is in 5 miles.
So 835 Whiskey, resume navigation to Nidjit and descend flight level 110.
Oh, navigation Nidjit, flight level 110, Speedbird 835 Whiskey. Okay, I'm not in trouble, so we've got direct to Nidjit, insert, direct Nidjit, nav and flight level 110, so I'm going to continue.
09 right, clear for takeoff, surface wind is 050 degrees 5 knots. 09 right, cliff takeoff, speedbird
Okay,
72
and I
golf.
just need to get the wind, so let's listen again to the
runway
ATIS.
09 right, transition level, flight level 70.
Yankee, contact direct 119.
Data link clearances are available. Surface wind calm, wind variable between 330 and 120 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. No clouds detected. Temperature +12. Dew point +4. QNH 1.
Of course, wind calm. And I'll do VAT +5. 132 knots. There's no wind, so it should be fairly smooth. I'm just going to confirm they're using uh, 09 left. Cool. Just pop the ILS indicators on.
London Control, good day, flight on 909 at flight level 240 inbound Kunab.
Sorry, what's the call sign?
Flight on 909er.
Flight 909, hello, squawk 7565, QNAF 1 Golf arrival at Gatwick.
Say again please for flight on 909er.
Oh dear.
Flight 909, squawk 7565.
Squawk 7565 and you say me again the arrival.
It's QNAF 1 Golf.
And QNAV 1 Golf arrival flight on 909er.
Speedbird 72 Golf, report your passing altitude.
Passing 2,100.
London Control level Mammoth 5 Delta Alpha.
Right. So 72 Golf, turn right heading up 275, climb flight level 9.
Okay, so that's Heathrow.
5, climb flight 190, speedbird 72
Just
golf.
the 10 o'clock now.
Memos 5 Delta Alpha London, hello there.
I'm just going to...
Easy 63 Yankee Delta, Gatwick departure 3000 inbound.
63 Yankee Delta London, low, climb flight level 150.
Kilo Kilo Whiskey 19.
Easy 63 Yankee Delta London, climb now, flight level 150.
Climbing 150, thank you, 63
BA835 Whiskey, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, Speedbird 835 Whiskey.
Easy
Okay.
237 Whiskey stand 3 ready for push and start Southampton.
237 Whiskey, stand number 3, push and start approved, Southampton QNH 1031.
Push start approved, QNH 1031, easy 237 Whiskey.
Fly U-turn 909, when ready, descend flight level 160.
Okay, I think we're back on track. We're just going to descend now, decel to 240 knots.
160 flight on 909er.
London Control level, go to 2425, 130.
Follow player 2425, London Control, it's Cyric 1 Golf arrival for Gatwick.
Got Farnborough Airport just there. Farnborough itself.
Roger, expect you and go
The Hog's back. Guildford.
Virgin 282, London Control, climb now, flight level 130. Speedbird 2286, direct Conan and climb flight level 290.
And we'll go for belts now as we approach 10,000 feet.
Flying 290, Speedbird 680.
Speedbird 72 Golf, turn right heading at 290 degrees and climb flight level 150.
Right, 290, climb.
Fuel, we have 2.6 tons.
50, speed
Minimum
72.
arrival fuel is 2 tons, so we're going to be absolutely fine. And for go around, if we have to go around, it's standard go around straight ahead. And when passing 1580 or D0IAA, left onto track 036 to 3000, then await instructions. So that's easy, straight ahead, and then left 036 up to 3000.
Bravo 1, hold short 08.
Bravo 1, hold short 08.
In terms of when we land,
Sorry, 90, Christian 72 Golf, just to confirm flight level 150.
Airfield, flight level 150.
just wait to see.
But 835 Whiskey, contact Heathrow 119, decimal 730.
119 to 730 for Speedbird 835 Whiskey, thanks.
Easy 63 Yankee Delta, director all good and
Okay,
climb.
over to director. Heathrow director, good afternoon. Speedbird 835 Whiskey with you. Flight level 80.
BA835 Whiskey, Heathrow Director, good afternoon. Landing 9 left, turn left now on a heading of 280 degrees, descend flight level 70.
Left now, heading 280 and down to flight level 70, speed at 835 Whiskey.
And BA835 Whiskey, landing 09 left.
Landing 09 left, speed at 835 Whiskey.
Down 20,
left
descend
280,
4,000 feet, the Heathrow QNH 1031.
VS 1000.
1031.20 heading.
And we'll decel 220 knots.
LHR 9 Whiskey, negative 3 speed.
Okay, he's actually bringing us in. I think we're all right. So, Firewaffle 1, I don't know if you're still watching, but I've just seen your comment about the actual Speedbird 835. Let me know if I'm ahead of him or not. Right, cool. So, in terms of when we actually land, where are we? So, we're landing here 09 left. We're going to be parking up here at Terminal 5. So, we want to vacate as early as possible. So, we'll do auto brake low.
Speedbird 835 Whiskey, descent altitude 4,000 feet, the Heathrow QNH 1031.
Down to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1031, Speedbird 835 Whiskey.
That's Speedbird 835 Whiskey, reduce speed 220 knots.
220 knots, Speedbird 835 Whiskey. So 1031 QNH set. Down to 4,000 and still on heading 280, speed 220 knots, all set there, so all good.
6 Romeo Bravo, fly heading 280 degrees.
So we'll do auto brake low, max reverse, try and vacate Alpha 9 Whiskey, then it'll be right probably on Bravo or Alpha, and then they'll give us a stand. So auto brake low, set that, we should be able to arm spoilers,
120 degrees, when established localizer, 09 left, descent glide path.
And we're coming down to 4,000 feet.
Turn left heading 150, 140.
120.
Roger, left heading 120, 1 established, descend via the glass path, Delta 20 heavy.
And Delta 20, reduce speed 180 knots.
Speed 180 knots, Delta 20.
Shuttle 9 Whiskey, speed 160 knots for grey to maintain local 4 DME.
Fire. So, thank you, Firewaffle. So it looks like we're going to be landing slightly.
5 Whiskey, turn right, heading 050 degrees. When established localizer, 09 left, descent glide path.
Right, heading 050 degrees. When established on the localizer, 09 left, descend on the glide path. Speedbird 835 Whiskey.
That's Speedbird 835 Whiskey. Reduce speed 180 knots.
Speed 180. Speedbird 835 Whiskey.
Speedbird 6 Romeo Bravo, climb flight level 70.
I thought it was 7006 Romeo Bravo.
Right, so there's a lot to take in here. So right 050 degrees, speed 180, and when established on the localizer, which is now armed, we can descend with the glide slope. So let's maintain VS 700 down to 180, which the aircraft's struggling a little bit to do.
160 knots, 240 me Delta 16 heavy.
And localizer armed. Firewaffle, yeah, thank you for that. So it looks like we're going to be landing just ahead of the real 835. We had this on the way out. We've got cabin pressure, low diff pressure. Yeah, we've got a VS on the cabin altitude of 6,000 feet. It's doing some sort of crazy, erroneous reading. Again, we're at 5,000 feet, so even if the cabin was depressurized, it's fine. So we are armed on the localizer, flying heading 050, deselling to 180. I'm going to get spoilers back out because we are struggling to slow down here. I'm going to ignore this ECAM. It's false. Very turbulent as well. Lock star, so there we go, so we can arm GS now. We're fully established. Fully established on the glide slope and the localizer, so that's good. We're going to maintain 180 knots because we're still 16 miles out. See Windsor Castle just there. Go flat 2. And that ECAM is extremely annoying. Looks like we've got one ahead of us on the glide slope, about 9 miles, so that's not going to be a problem. Lock.
BA835 Whiskey, no ATC speed restriction.
No speed, Speedbird 835 Whiskey. So what that means is, well, it means I can fly at whatever speed I want, but it does mean that I could reduce to my final approach speed now if I wanted to. Often coming into Heathrow, they'll tell you to maintain 160 knots until 4 DME, for example, but he's saying basically there's no one behind me, so I can do what I like. But I'm going to maintain 180 until at least 8 DME, just because.
Negative traffic is just started to vacate.
Just because I want to get on the ground, to be honest.
Shuttle 9 Whiskey, thanks. Welcome, taxi right half ground now on 121.905.
Martin asks, hello. No, I'm not an real life pilot, just a keen simmer.
And altitude, you're now clear to land 09 left.
Do have quite a lot of experience in real sims, A320 sims, through some work that I do. But no, other than a tiny bit of light aircraft flying, I've never flown the real thing.
Director, hello.
But thanks for tuning in. Okay, 180 knots. It's really turbulent. You can see how much the aircraft's bouncing up and down. If I show you the wing, see how much it's flexing. That's quite unusual for such a, yeah, pretty bumpy. Anyway, Windsor Castle just off the nose. And the long walk, obviously Heathrow up ahead. I'm gonna reduce to final approach speed now just to stabilise the aircraft, because it's yeah, we're bouncing around all over the place. So I think it was 132 knots was our VAT plus 5, but I could be wrong. Where are we? Yep, VAT plus 5, 132, so activate that, and radio altimeter is alive, gear down, clear the ECAM. Nice view of Windsor Castle there. Flap 3. And flap full.
Good afternoon, Speedbird 9 Charlie Golf for taxiing Bravo to Vicar and fully ready.
Roger, break cleared for Romeo Echo. Apologies there from November Bravo 10, the service between calm, 09 right, you clear takeoff.
Okay, spoilers armed, and then we have
second right, Bravo,
landing no blue, just waiting on landing clearance, which I think we're about to get. There we go. Clear to land, runway 09 left, Speedbird 835 Whiskey. Okay, I'm going to take it off autopilot now. We're at final approach speed, autopilot coming off. We'll take the auto throttle off as well.
Roger, we're landing 9 left, set squawk 1075.
Squawk 1075 and 9 left, speed, correction, PNF by Lima.
Very similar to Dublin earlier, it's just bumpy, turbulent air. Anyway, if anyone's watching, I'd like you to rate my landing out of 10 once we do get on the ground. It's 1,000 feet, we are stable.
Yankee, hold November Bravo 11.
53 Yankee, November Bravo 11, Speedbird 9 Charlie Golf.
Speedbird 9 Charlie Golf, that's the Phoenix flight. Okay, now I'll try and pay attention as we're getting quite close to the ground. So, got 2 reds, 2 whites ahead. Looking at the picture out the window more and more the closer I get.
3 Mike Lima, turn left heading 240 degrees, descent altitude 4,000 feet, for Heathrow QNH 1031.
500.
So left heading 240, descent 4,000 feet.
And if we can remember the plan, let's max reverse,
400.
right onto Alpha 9 Whiskey if we can.
It's Papa Kilo Echo, Victor at
300.
North Pole, clearance to
300.
London City, heli-rating
100
H3,
above.
correction, heli-rating H9, H3, H4,
200.
Airbus
Minimum.
H160,
Landing.
Eurocopter.
Papa, Echo Golf Victor, stand by call back.
100.
Just operating Heathrow top down at the minute.
No worries, thanks, Golf Victor.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
There we go, reverse green. Decel.
Contact London now, 129 443
Let me know what you guys think. I was quite happy with that.
BA9 Charlie Golf, swing calm, 09 right, you clear takeoff.
Okay, reverse idle. I'm just going to take the brakes here, try and get off. I think this is Alpha 9 Whiskey. Let me know what you think if you're watching.
Beaver 105, Heathrow direct hello.
Rate the landing out of 10.
I've got word that you've been cleared off the 09 right, confirmed.
09 right.
And yes, I like it when a plan comes together. That's Alpha 9 Whiskey, excellent. Stop the clock. And we'll just hold here and await some instructions. Let's park and brake on.
Been 3 Mike Lima, reduce speed 180 knot.
Landing lights coming off.
180 knots, 3 Mike Lima.
Strobe, start the APU while we're up here. And we should get a handoff to ground any second now. I'll just let the tower know. I think Heathrow Director, Speedbird 835 Whiskey vacated.
Good 835 Whiskey, apologies. Taxi right Alpha, contact ground on 121.905 trail.
Right Alpha, ground 121.905. Cheers, Speedbird 835 Whiskey.
Been 3 Mike Lima, turn left heading 120
Okay,
degrees.
so we can go right onto Alpha, and then we've got to contact 121. 905.
Beer 105 taxi all the way down, hold November Bravo 1.
There it is. So, right Alpha, I think Alpha is the first right, isn't it? Heathrow ground, good afternoon, Speedbird 835 Whiskey with you on Alpha.
Speedbird 835 Whiskey, Heathrow ground, good afternoon, taxi right Alpha, Yankee stand 524.
Right onto Alpha, then Yankee stand 524, Speedbird 835 Whiskey.
Down here, 145, ready for pushback, stand 608. Victory 8145, just...
Yankee stand 524, so I think that's at the main big terminal here, but I'll just double check. Let's go, parking stands. Parking stands continued, I think we need. There we go. 524, okay, so yeah, so we're taxiing all the way on Alpha, then right Yankee 524, so it's basically all the way to the end. Take a left next to Terminal 5. Past Terminal 5, right on Yankee in here, with a perfect view of the departure runway. So we'll probably see this A380 departing as we park up, I would imagine. Thank you for the 10 out of 10 ratings, that's very generous. I'd give it probably a 7 if I was rating it myself, 7 out of 10, but thank you very much, very kind. APU bleed coming on. And I should raise the flaps because we're still in landing configuration, so spoilers, flaps coming up.
I don't see any traffic behind. Yeah, they'll be there soon. Actually, Speedbird 835 Whiskey, take link 58 Bravo and then Yankee.
Link 58 Bravo and then Yankee, Speedbird 835 Whiskey.
Good 1374, stand
Just need to
515, push start of please,
link
face south.
58 Bravo and then Yankee. So what does that mean? Link 58. Okay, so we're taking link 58 and Bravo. So it's not this one, it's the next one. I'm presuming it's because there's something on Alpha pushing back.
Information, kilo on board.
Why only a 7? Because well, do you know what? No, maybe it was an 8. Maybe it was an 8. It was a little bit hard, the landing. It could have been softer, but I'm being critical. I was actually quite happy with that. So we're taking this left, link 58, and now's probably a good chance to shut down the number 1 engine. It's a pretty normal procedure, I think, just for fuel saving and sound levels as well, coming into the terminal area. So we've just got engine number 2 now to take us over to stand 524. There's that A380. So we're on Bravo and we're going right onto Yankee, and that is why we were told to go on Bravo instead, because otherwise we'd have been waiting for him. So if we're quick enough, we might see this A380 depart. Must have been an overweight. Must have been an overweight landing after lunch. Yeah. Yeah, with the amount that I eat these days, you know, you're probably not far wrong there. So, you know, you've done well when you get the 5-foot GPWS call out. That is very true. Thank you. I'm quite pleased with my landing. That was much better than I would normally do, if I'm honest. Okay, so on to Bravo, and as we look for Yankee, which I think is going to be our next right, you guys comment below where you'd like me to head to next. There's the
good afternoon. Looking for eyesight to Helsinki with Kilo on board.
There's the A380.
380, straight ground. Hello, you're clear to Helsinki. Frequency 56, Juliet 5, just go 3376.
We're coming into here onto Yankee. Are we going to miss the A380 go?
Just first start again, sorry, 1338. For now on 338, it's Frequency 56, Juliet departure.
Nothing's coming down Alpha. That was good. And clear that way too. A380 still holding.
Brooklyn 6 Juliet departure and squawk 3376.
Katie says Sweden. Where in Sweden? Stockholm, I guess. BA fly to, don't they? I think that's it, you know. I think it's just Stockholm.
Secretary 145, hold Afro. Hold on, Afro.
Hey, look, maybe we're going to see the A380. We're on stand 524, which is the last one, I think, on the left.
BA137, short on now, request taxi.
There's terminal 5. 525 and 524 is the last one. Actually, it's going to be obstructed slightly by this building. A380 is still there.
374, contact director 11973, sorry.
Director 119073,
Stand 524. Okay, in we go. A380 still holding position, so maybe we are going to see it after all. Let's try and get this sucker parked before he starts his takeoff roll.
Sorry, 8145, contact director 11973, sorry, okay. 11973, got 8145, bye bye.
Okay, and parking brakes set. Engine number 1 can, engine number 2, sorry, switch that off now. Belts off. Beacon lights off.
Heathrow ground is now closed. All stations contact director 119730.
Get the and look, we're just in time to see the A380 depart. There it goes. So 835 whiskey on final approach according to flight radar. So we beat the real schedule. That is something I actually call me a nerd, but I like to fly real flight times, real schedules. I think it's just a nice way to get more immersed. But yeah, I can fly the A350, also the A380. So and I generally like to fly as British Airways, just because it's my home airline and all the rest of it. So yeah, welcome your suggestions on future flights that I should take. I can do as many or as little as you want of these, but this has been good fun. There goes the A380, another A320 there, and Qatar 777. It's great to see variety, and these are all real players. This is not AI generated traffic, these are all real people flying on the VATSIM network, so brilliant. Right, so that's both engines off. We should have the ground power connected now, which we do, so we'll switch to external power, and then we can take the APU off, which means we're not burning any fuel or making any noise. Belts are off. We can disarm the emergency lights, can switch the fuel pumps off. And that's the last flight of the day for me, so we'll leave the aircraft as it is pretty much. Switch the TCAS off, put it on standby, and make sure the weather radars are off. Should really do that before you park, but there we go. Can unlock the flight deck door. And that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Fire Waffle 1 would love to see an A350, A380 next. Cool. Well, I'm sure that could be arranged. I haven't flown the A380 in quite a long time, so that could be a good fun. Maybe we can try and do a long haul tomorrow. Let's see how we go. So yeah, if you want to see some more live streams, subscribe to this channel, and then you'll get notified when I'm next online. And if you guys enjoy it, maybe I can make it a regular thing with certain days that we do it. Thank you all for watching.